Shenandoah National Park during the fall. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you're unfamiliar, Shenandoah has a road called Skyline Drive that runs right down the ridge of the mountain range. And there's these little pullovers all over the place and little trails that you can go hike and explore. But it's impossible to drive down Skyline Drive and not get an amazing view. There's a problem though. These pullovers are visited by hundreds and thousands of people, and everybody's got a camera or a phone, and everybody's snapping pictures, and they get some great pictures. So how do you make your work, if you're doing a Skyline Drive visit, how do you make your work unique? You gotta have the right tool for the job. That's the Canon RF 100 to 500. It was released about the same time, well, I ordered it at the same time I ordered my Canon R5. And it took a long time to get it, months. It was back ordered and it was a mess, but I finally got it. And what it allows me to do is pick a location like this, a location many people have been to, and then get a whole different perspective that most people don't have. So it makes my work unique here. My first real good camera was my Canon 80D, and I had the 70 to 200 lens and a bunch of other focal range lenses, but the 70 to 200 was the one that I defaulted to whenever I was doing landscape photography. I don't know why, it's just I could get so much closer to what I wanted to shoot most of the time. I'm normally doing scenes like this, and those wide focal ranges are good and they have their place. And to be honest, they're probably the most common when it comes to landscape photography. A good zoom lens, man, it can really make a big difference, especially on a trip like this where I'm not hiking off the road a long distance, so I don't have to carry this massive thing on my back. I can zoom in and get things out of this scene here that almost no one else is getting. So that's the first thing I really love about having this focal range. I mean, if you're starting at 100, anything that's close, street photography, portrait, all that it's not going to be very good. This is perfect for wildlife, sports, and if you use it properly, landscape photography. It has image stabilization, so that combined with the Canon R5's in-body stabilization, wonderful. You can do photo and video, although it's gonna be a little harder to do video with that focal range. It's got 3 different stabilizer modes. One's standard. I know the number 2 is for vertical stabilization, and then the third one is more for moving targets. So maybe the third one is for sports. It also has this ring right here. Now this ring is a smooth, tight ring, as you can see right here. And what this does is when you take it all the way to tight, it makes the zooming part of the lens tighter. And I like that a lot. And if you come back to smooth, well, it's not tight, it's just smooth. However, when it's on all the way over to the smooth, the lens is heavy enough that if you're not careful, it can kind of fall out on you a little bit. That was probably my one complaint with my 70 to 200 I think it was the EFS, was that it would fall out. If I held the camera like this, the lens would fall out. Well, you can see with this one, that's not a problem. The lens weighs about 3 pounds. The minimum focusing distance is about 3.7 inches or so. So for a focal range that long, I think that's pretty good. So this is a perfect example of when this 100 to 500 comes in. Just, I mean, it's an amazing tool to have in a situation like this. Over there is Old Rag Mountain, and it's a beautiful profile shot right here. The difference is most people are going to be able to take this with their cell phones or their normal cameras and lenses, and most people don't have the range that one of these has, this 100 to 500. To have the range that I have right now at 500, I'm going to be able to make this picture look way better than your average photo on Instagram of Old Rag Mountain. Now, I've had a lot of fun shooting with this lens today. It definitely is something I'm glad I have in my bag. Is it worth the cost? Man, that's hard to say. It's gonna be different for everyone. Like I said, it's not gonna be a lens for me that jumps out and pays for itself right away. It's gonna grab an incredible picture here and there over time. And there's going to be, you know, situations where you wish you may have had it, but it was too heavy to carry with you. But there's also going to be situations like today where I've been able to put together some amazing shots by getting that focal length, you know, out to 500 at times. So it's I'm not upset that I bought it. It's tack sharp all the way through, and I think that's the most important thing when it comes to any lens is, you know, how sharp is it, how vivid is it, what are the details like. And this lens really makes those details pop all the way out, all the way through the entire focal range, 100 to 500. With the image stabilization, the tack sharpness, the compact size compared to comparable lenses. If you're in the sports photography or wildlife photography, man, I mean, absolutely amazing lens. Landscape photographer, it's going to take a little while longer for it to really make itself worth it, but once you get days like today, it just, you know, it makes the decision easy. Guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you got something out of the video. Please share the video with your family, your friends. It'll help me grow the channel, reach more people, and inspire them, hopefully. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you on the next video.